everything down. And I was planning to do this queue and this walk so I could share with you what it was like in there, but literally we don't have 14 hours to spare while we're working. And then yesterday I found out, in one of the many privileges of this job, that I'd scored one of the few media appointments to go in. And it was pretty special, and I'm going to tell you about it. Well, it's 11:15 at night, and these people are at the end of the queue. They're about to go in. They're pretty close to the end. They've been queuing for about 8 hours. It's not really a queue anymore. By the time you can see, they're moving pretty quickly. They move fairly quickly all the way through. I've got an appointment at 11 o'clock at night for a media viewing, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll let you know what it's like on the other side. Hello, Tracy Grimshaw for a media visit.
Tracy Grimshaw, in you come.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Imagine how it must feel to get to this point after so many hours. It's the middle of the night now. They'll get about 10 minutes in there. They'll be worth it. Very close to the end here. That's the door that we went in over there, and once again I'm reminded of the privilege of being in the media, because these people have queued for 8 hours to get here, and I went in through that door. Wow. Okay, where to start? It's very moving in there. I was going to come out and be all journalistic and give you all the history of the building and the history of the Queen's association with that building, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a moment. Right. I didn't know what I was expecting. We had half an hour in there. These people who've queued, I feel so guilty. These people have queued for 8.5 hours, and they get about 10 minutes in there, unless they're lucky enough to get the changing of the guard, which happens every 20 minutes on the hour, and then 20 minutes after that. And then they get about an extra 4 minutes in there, and they're the lucky ones. And as they walk past, they only have a moment to stop, and they dip their heads. Some of the women curtsy, some of them cross themselves. That's what they have. We had half an hour to watch. I'm watching people on walkers, people with crutches, people in wheelchairs, people pushing their babies. Pushing their babies in prams. 4 soldiers in khakis all stopped and saluted her. It's a majestic building, and it is sombre. It's actually not sad. These are not sad tears. I think they're tears that recognise what people are feeling as they go in there. And I think everyone brings what they bring. But it's special. It is special. And I think it would be worth the queue. If I'd had time, I would have queued. I feel very privileged that I didn't have to. But you know what I felt like standing there looking? I thought, she's still doing her duty. After all these years, she's been gone a week now. It's a week tonight. And she's still doing her duty. And I really think she'd just like to get back to her husband. So she's got a few more days. Okay, that's enough for me. I had so much more to say to you after that, but I thought it was probably best to stop. It was very special. Of course, we know that Prince Philip is waiting for the Queen at Windsor, and she'll be there on Monday. It was a place that the locals treated her like she belonged there.
You're a Queen's neighbour.
A Queen's neighbour, yeah, just up the road, yeah.
Her back garden is next to my back garden.
Windsor is preparing for a Queen homecoming, a final goodbye to a lifelong neighbour.
To have 1,000 years of royalty right here, the presence is here all the time.
Her Majesty will be laid to rest in Windsor Castle's St George's Chapel and reunited with her late husband, mum, dad and sister.
It'll be lovely because as the general public we can come here and go and visit her whenever we want to.
Aussie expat Nona raised her son Henry in Windsor. She recalls a close shave Henry had with the Queen's Bentley.
Henry was riding his bike around the Great Park one day with his dad, and the Queen nearly ran over him. Because, you know, he was a little kid on his bike and she was roaring down the road in her car, and Henry had to quickly get out of the way, otherwise he would have been run over.
Oh my goodness.
So,
I think I may have seen her driving actually alone once or twice.
Conrad Moraes is another Aussie who relocated here with his family. Just look where his son learned to skateboard. Yep, that's the famous long walk outside Windsor Castle.
And they used to go to church quite a lot up on the hill there in the park, and so we used to see them come through there quite a bit. So yeah, never bumped into her personally, but you know, we've seen her around.
Conrad's kids also ride horses in Windsor's Great Park, which many subjects feel connects them to the monarchy. At the nearby army barracks, it's all hands on hooves. Farriers are readying the horses for the Queen's final procession in Windsor on Monday. Gee, you're giving it a right old smack there, Mike.
Still nice and gentle though.
Cannons, boots, bridles and saddles are getting a good scrub. Heather Stark's preparing for her most important ride yet. Are you thinking about the Queen's final homecoming while you're doing this?
I think for us, it's like the pride that we have in knowing that it's perfect is probably the biggest thing for us. Like, we want to make it perfect because it is the biggest thing we have done ever.
Everything is being done with military precision, says Captain Fraser Peterson.
So we're going to get the horses in harness, we're going to get the guns in team, and we're going to ride them up Long Walk, and we're going to get ourselves to East Lawn. We will dismount, we will swing the guns into action, and we'll prepare ourselves and get ready to fire off the minute guns.
When Her Majesty finally returns home to Windsor, these stables will be empty as horses and riders embark on their most important assignment so far. And what's the average age of the
We tend to purchase them 3-4 years old.
Commander Mark Quickfall's in charge of 110 riders and their mounts in Monday's parade.
Unfortunately, this is the parade nobody ever wanted to happen, but it's the parade that every serving soldier wants to be on. So it's a huge privilege, all the soldiers involved, and you know, and a regiment as important as the Household Cavalry, we need literally every soldier on a horse or on their feet involved in the parade, so it's hugely important.
The troop will be led by stunning veteran Yogi. Wow. Wow. What a beautiful horse.
So this is Yogi Steve. He's been in the troop now for about 11 years.
Wow.
And he's everyone's favourite. You know, he's everyone's go-to horse. He's bold, he's brave, and he's absolutely, you know, what a stunning animal as well. You know.
Thousands of people have descended on Windsor to farewell their Queen. The sheer volume of flowers being left at these gates means horticulturalists have to come down in the night, collect those flowers and redistribute them along the driveway up there.
I feel for the people, even though I've been in Australia for a long time,
It means so much to see the people and be part of this.
Alice isn't the first mourner to stop by the pub next door to the castle and raise a glass.
Here you go, Steve, try this. Gin and debonnaise.